San Antonio. This is your girl, Dr. Effie, and I am here with Nollywood extraordinaire, actor, and producer Daniel Lloyd. He is in the house, everybody. Yes, Daniel, I am so glad to have you
I know.
here.
Thanks for
Oh,
having me. I
it
appreciate it.
is truly an honor because I'm a person who have watched your movies.
Wow.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you. So to have you sitting here in San Antonio, I am so excited.
Mhm.
So tell us a little bit about for those who are under a rock and you don't know who Daniel Lloyd is. Tell our audience who is Daniel Lloyd.
Well, Daniel Lloyd is well, I'm a guy first of all, and I was born by my mother, but I still think my dad has something to do with that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, I'm an actor, Nollywood actor, from Bayelsa State, civil engineering by profession, but found myself in Nollywood.
Yeah,
I don't know if they found me or I found them, but there
yeah,
was a founding somewhere.
yeah.
So yeah, that's a nutshell. That's all about me.
Oh, I love it. I'm loving it. Daniel, you have done a lot of movies.
Yep.
Um, when did you know that I was bit by the acting bug? When did you know that?
When after my first movie, I did my first movie in my final year in school. I
Okay.
read civil engineering, by the way.
Okay. Okay.
So this is one time. Then after I became I did my first movie. I graduated. Then I became an artist manager, Timaya.
Uh huh.
I was Timaya's manager
Okay.
for like 6, 7 years. But in my second year of being his manager, we had a show, a tour in the U.S.
Okay.
So when I came to the U.S., we went to sometime somewhere in Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to see a fan of Timaya. And then when we walked in, apparently they just finished watching my movie, my first movie ever. And like, oh, you were the guy. Oh, I love this. I'm like, okay. That was like years ago,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured that okay, this is something I could do. This is
Yeah.
something that back in the days, I've been doing acting from you know secondary school,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
drama group and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But I thought, okay, I could make this a thing,
Okay.
And then I came back home, and then what happened. I left, and then I'm like, okay, I can go back into this though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I met a friend, Elvis Chooks, great guy,
Mm-hmm.
at a restaurant in Lekki,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave me my first job at the time. Yeah.
Wow. So that was your first break. Now,
Yeah.
I know having a Nigerian father, I remember I told him I wanted to be a teacher, and he said, oh my God, this daughter. So what happened when you told your daddy, I want to be an actor?
Well, I didn't tell my dad. My
Okay.
dad saw it, because my dad
Oh,
wanted me to be an engineer.
of
So
course.
yeah, he worked in Shell. So I was civil engineering, and then when I finished, I went to serve, and then I didn't go back home.
Hmm.
He was expecting me to come back home to ask him for a job because he worked in
Yeah.
Shell, for his
Hmm.
connection and everything.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, he saw a movie I did,
Ah,
and he called me on the phone and like, yo, I just saw something. In fact, someone called me and told me they saw you in the movie.
yeah.
And he saw it and he's like, okay, that's fine. Is that what you want to do? I said yes. He said, so what happens to your engineering, career? And I said I could go back to it at some point.
Hmm. Hmm.
2 years later, my dad called me on the phone and said, oh, you read an interview about me giving an interview, but next time I should talk more about him, talk more about what he does and everything. I'm like, my dad is famous to me, yo.
Yeah.
So yeah, he found out, watching the movie, and then initially he wasn't too happy about it. He thought I
Mm.
could have had a talk
Mhm.
with him at the time,
Mhm.
but he's super proud of me right now.
I'm
Super proud,
sure.
super
I'm
proud.
sure.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure. So I've been watching and following you on
Oh,
Instagram. I'm
oh,
watching and following you
oh.
on Facebook, and I see that you have something in the works. What is that?
Oh, he's the waiter. The
Okay.
Waiter. The Waiter is an amazing movie. It's something that speaks of what goes on right now in the country, where the government officials just steal money at will. So the waiter is to throw lights on the average Nigerian man on the streets. So if you all do that, what happens to us? You know, so it's a fight for freedom. It's a fight for equality, so to say, back home. So yeah, the waiter, it's a movie. You know, it's comedy and then it's also reality together.
Okay.
It's an amazing combination. You know, AY has done lots of movies, but
Yes,
this for
yes,
me
yes.
surpasses all of them.
Awesome,
Okay, this has
awesome,
substance in it.
awesome.
Yeah.
I've also noticed that you've worked with some major Nollywood stars,
Yeah.
and one of my favorites is Frederick Leonard.
Oh, Frederick.
Yeah. And what movie did you work in? Did you work in a movie with Frederick
Oh
or
yeah, I
no?
did. I did. Oh, I
Yeah.
did. I did. Couple of movies. Couple of
Oh
movies.
wow.
Great guy. Great guy. Oh
Okay.
yeah, great
Awesome.
guy.
Aussie Mercy Johnson.
Oh, Mount Morris. Oh my goodness. I just came back from Nigeria like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was there for a while. We did a couple of movies together. Mercy is she's an amazing actor. Oh,
Amazing.
she can switch characters in a
Yeah.
second. And I love working with Mercy because it kind of brings out the best in me.
Yeah.
You know, when you work with someone that knows what she does,
Absolutely.
it just kind of makes you pair up kind of, and it's a good competition.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
that lets us know the caliber of actor you are when you work with just what I consider major
Oh yeah.
stars.
Appreciate that.
And so, where do you see Daniel going? Right now, you're acting. I also saw that you're a producer.
Oh yeah. Oh
So,
yes.
which one do you think that is going to be the thing that is going to be who Daniel is?
Well, I'm first of all an actor.
Okay.
First of all an actor. But as a producer, I have different ideas. I for one, I intend to play characters that are not normal. But then of course, you know how it is in the industry where you get stereotyped.
Uh-huh.
You get to play the role very well, and then you'll be like, oh, that's the role you get.
Right.
You're sticking to that for a long time. What I intend to do with my producing is, play different characters.
Absolutely.
Serve them something different.
Yes.
You can't eat ogesu soup all every time.
Yeah.
Mix it with okra soup, ogbono,
Uh-huh.
edikaikon, afang, and the rest of them. Some Niger delicacy in it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I intend to spice my career up with different characters I intend to play and portray. So yeah,
Okay.
so that would mean that I produce more often now, as against being stereotyped. Just doing like the fine boy, jiggle kind of character all the time.
Yeah. So, and producing side production, where do you see that going?
Oh, it's I've done 2 productions already in the US. I intend doing one more sometime in the next 3 months.
Okay.
Here, it's a men's mental health.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a story that people don't really want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's left on the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to throw more light on that here, especially for us, black people.
Absolutely.
It should be a thing, and
Absolutely.
it should be talked about more often.
Absolutely.
How we handle grief and how we handle loss and how we handle love.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite different, and so I want them to see us from a different perspective.
Absolutely, because there is a stereotype, and then there is a way that, in particularly Black people, we're told not to really talk about mental illness.
No, don't talk about it. Don't show your emotions. You're a
Absolutely.
man. Just be a man. Man up.
Yeah.
And
so I think that as I'm listening to you, it seems that you're more of a conscious producer, a conscious actor.
Oh yes.
So you're making sure that when you have something, that it actually tells a story or it helps the community of people.
For me, right, I want to go on a crusade.
Yeah.
With my message.
Yeah.
If I have a message, I want to be in San Antonio. I want to be in Dallas tomorrow. I want to be in Atlanta. I want to spread the message across the land.
Yeah.
Because it's something I hold strong to my heart.
Yeah.
Something I believe in, and I'll just go all out for it. So for me, it's not just a movie or a story. It's a message. It's a crusade. It's an awareness. And it just starts from you making a movie about it.
Absolutely, and I appreciate that. I go to movies, and I always, every time I look at movies, I'm like, what message did they want?
I'm tired of boy meet girl, fall in love, have kids afterwards. I mean, that's cliche.
It's very cliche. That is not like.
So I want to tell a story whereby when you go to the cinema to watch a movie, you forget to eat your popcorn.
Yeah.
Because you get glued to the story, to what you're saying, and then of course, like I said, there's a message. It's something that takes you. I want a movie that outlives me, and that's the thing about me. I don't want to be a celebrity.
You don't want to be a celebrity?
Nope, nope.
How do you handle that? Because you are a celebrity.
Well, I don't see myself as such. I want to be a star.
A star? What's the difference?
A lot of difference. A celebrity is that guy, girl that wants to be in the media for the wrong reasons,
Yeah.
create controversies
Yeah.
to try and to trend for a little
Understood.
while.
Mm-hmm.
But a star, in my opinion, is that dude that tells a story that changes lives, and you're like, because of what you did, I've changed my train of thought because of the story I saw you make. I've changed how I view life.
Yeah.
Because of what you've made, I don't want to give up no more. That is you. That is you being there for someone where you don't even know the person.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to be.
Yeah.
So,
and I've heard those stories, right? Where you say, I saw this and now my life is different, and that's the person.
That's what my movie wants to do. Intends to do in the public eyes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So when we look at Daniel 15 years from now, where is Daniel?
Well, it's hard to say what's gonna happen 15 years from now, but in my head,
right? That's yes.
In my head, I'm still gonna be, changing lives with my stories.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be impacting lives with what I do. I'm still gonna mentor people.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna make movies, make international movies. International collabos. Make Nigeria a destination home for movie makers.
Yes.
I want to see Denzel coming to Nigeria and tie rapper and do a traditional story and speak Igbo. For example,
Igbo.
or Will Smith come to Bayelsa State and go through and do a militant story that tells a story of the people.
Yes,
that's what I see coming up.
That's what you see. Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So it's more than just being a celebrity. Daniel talked about being a star, where we actually impact the lives of people,
right,
to tell a story, to just change the trajectory of perhaps you were here, but now you're growing. Tell us, if there was this one young aspiring actor or actress looking, what could you tell them to do to make sure that not only they get into acting, but how do they make sure that they make an impact on the world?
Okay. For me, what's what I say to whoever, whenever I get asked this question, my advice for people coming up in the industry, my advice would be, we have too many celebrities, in the industry. You can come and be a star, and one other thing I want to say to you is, a disciplined actor is a lot more better than a talented actor. As long as you're disciplined in your field, that's all it takes. So my advice to you is, stay grounded, stay disciplined, don't be carried away with the social media hype and paparazzis. Know your onion, and believe in yourself. Yeah. And that's a cliche word to use. But it's very important you believe in what you intend to do. In that way, we can believe in you also. Yeah.
Well, this is your girl, Ify,
right,
and I am here with actor, producer, Daniel Lloyd, and he is here in San Antonio.
A first time though.
Your first time.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Yeah,
I'm loving it.
Have you done any Mexican food?
Not yet. Not yet. But I mean, I'm open to everything.
Yeah. Well, I thank you so much for joining us today on Ify Talks with Daniel Lloyd.
Yep.
As always, guys, peace in and agape.